This video is to Siasina, which is Siasina, who is posting comments on the video about junk loading and carb loading. Now, I'm making this video because I don't want to type and I don't want to try to prove my point or talk to this guy like that, or so I figured I would just talk because that's what I do best. I can talk. I got a big mouth. So he says that I'm being dishonest because the amount of carbs that you would have to take in from clean foods, which is brown rice, etc., would have too much fiber in it. So he thinks that the fiber is going to mess you up. Now he says, well, if you're taking in 700 grams of carbs, that you need to take in some junk like ice cream, etc., to get those carbs in, or you're going to have too much fiber, it's going to mess you up, you're going to be a mess. First of all, why are you taking in 700 grams of carbs? Who are you? Are you Branch Warren? Branch takes in 700 grams of carbs, and he does 2 cardio sessions a day, trains like a freaking animal, and is one of the genetic elite who's 260 pounds. So unless you look like that, and you're that big, and you're training like that, you shouldn't be eating 700 grams of carbs to begin with. For most people out there, I would say 200 grams is fine. Unless you are like extremely active, have a fast metabolism, train like a beast. So your point is a moot point because the people that are eating 700 grams of carbs probably shouldn't be eating them like that to begin with. So yeah, they're going to want to eat ice cream cones and stuff like that because their body can't use that. Branch gets 700 grams of carbs down, no problem, because his body uses them and needs it. Jay Cutler, 1,000 grams of carbs he eats. Why? Look at him. He's 300 pounds. Trains like a maniac, double splits. I mean, 2-hour-long sessions on a stair mill. And that's 1,000 grams of carbs. So who are these people you're talking about that 700 grams of carbs is needed for them a day, and they need to eat ice cream to get that in? Whatever. Just bullshit. Second, this guy says that Siasina, whatever, I ignored his remark about the fiber. No, okay, here's the deal. I've eaten 500 grams of carbs a day, which is a lot of carbs. And I ate it from brown rice and sweet potatoes and regular potatoes and oatmeal. And I was fine. And I even ate maybe a cup and a half of broccoli, a cup of green beans. I ate green veggies with them. All that fiber that went in, I was fine. I didn't have diarrhea. I didn't get stopped up. I was fine. So my body was using the food because it needed the food at the time. It was 270 pounds. So my body used the food. Well, yeah, if you've got a body that doesn't work right, if you have a metabolism that's fairly slow, you eat all that fiber, yeah, of course it's going to do something to you. But the problem is you shouldn't be eating all that. If you're already fat, if you have 15% body fat or higher, you shouldn't be eating 700 grams of carbohydrates from anything. Nothing at all. Sugar, nothing. Carbs, no. 700 grams of carbs with fat, no. You should not do that. You should be on 200 grams of carbs. And then when your body becomes a fat-burning machine after a while, you get a faster metabolism, slowly increase the food up to your 500 or 700 or whatever you're taking in now, and you notice your body starts to use it a lot better without any problems. The problem is you jump the gun too fast and go, I'm going to eat 700 grams of carbs, and you go from eating like 200 one day to 700 the next on your bulking diet or whatever it is, your body freaks out. It's the same thing as dieting. People eat 4,000 calories. They do the calculations and say, I'm going to eat 1,500 calories starting tomorrow on Monday of my diet. They drop from 4,000 down to 1,500, and next thing you know, they go off the diet. They can't do anything but think about food. They're so tired they can't move. They get joint aches, back aches. They want to overtrain and they can't sleep at night. You know why? Because the caloric intake was dropped so fast that the body can't handle it. Whether there's scientific evidence to prove this or not, it just happens. And it happens to everybody who's competed who dropped their calories too fast. And it's happened to everybody who's competed that jacked their carbs up too fast, that they had some stomach issues too. Anytime you do something drastic, it's going to cause an issue. So, that being said, he also goes into talk about how you're not going to get diabetes if you eat ice cream. No, you're not going to get diabetes. But if you're one of these knuckleheads who's out there and is constantly eating sugar, why do you think it happens? Why do you think type 2 diabetes happens? Why do you think they make something like glucophage, etc., stuff like that? Because of the downregulation of the insulin receptors. That's how it works. If you are a child that ate a ton of sugar growing up, and you continue that through your late teens and your early 20s, and you continue that straight through onto your 40s, I can almost guarantee you're going to be on glucophage or metformin by that age. That's how it works. I've seen it over and over again. It happened to both my parents. So obviously I know, hey, it can happen to me. So I'm not going to sit there and shovel sugar and all kinds of crappy foods in my mouth constantly because I don't want anything like that to happen. Is it possible it wouldn't happen? Anything is possible. But I'm not taking that chance. And I'm not going to tell the average person out there who first of all, shouldn't be shoveling sugar in their face to begin with because their body fat's too high, that it's okay to eat ice cream cones. It's just not going to happen. So whoever this Siasina guy is, I hope this answers your questions. And if any of you guys had any questions based on what he was saying, I hope this answered that. If you have more questions or comments or whatever that you want to address me personally to, bios3training@gmail.com. I'm happy to answer all of them. Or again, if there's videos you guys want to see, email me. Send them to the emails because some of the posts get lost in the threads and I don't see some of them. So